Welcome to the section regarding web application development. I'm just going to move on through here. The biggest and most costly mistake from a time and financial perspective is the tendency within many companies to dramatically alter the strategic business, information architecture, and interaction design requirements in the middle of a project. This is comparable to a builder wanting to replace the foundation of a two-story house after he or she has just made the finishing touches to the roof. Therefore, strategic business, information architecture, interaction design, and visual requirements must be in place prior to the web development phase. An analysis of existing middle tier and back-end systems is highly recommended prior to agreeing on the final business requirements. Now, this is a very key area. Very important if you're starting a new web presence, starting a new business venture, because the choices you make in terms of technology will provide the platform on which you build everything else on. Instead, if you are a well-established company or a company that's been around for a while and already have a very solid MIS or IT infrastructure, it's very key to look into your infrastructure, its limitations, its pros and cons, to see how that can be leveraged to execute a more well-defined and return on investment generating web presence. Leveraging your current middle tier and back-end systems can propel you to another level in terms of your marketing and customer care capabilities. At this point, I'd like to take you to an ERM infrastructure fictional case study. And this is another one of the case studies that I provided. And the situation is the following. A company, a medium-sized company, has had a solid IT infrastructure in place for some time. It is suddenly involved in creating a web presence and to conduct quicker and more effective marketing campaigns. Therefore, wants to leverage its existing customer base, prospect base, but leverage the web as a way to really increase that very quickly. There are a few problems, though. The databases which they currently use for sales and support aren't linked. Therefore, there's a disparity in a lot of information, which constitutes another problem when new information from customers and prospects is coming through the web. Therefore, this company is faced with the task of standard data warehousing. But taking that to the next level, data warehousing itself and providing a web channel so they can bring in new prospects, new customer data, create new marketing prospect lists, market to them, and then collect feedback again, and continue generating the rota of gathering customer data in view of very quick marketing campaigns. Now, this case study goes into various ways this could be done. Obviously, there are different technology solutions which are being provided. They are not right or wrong. They are based on the fictional case study. Of course, depending on what your current resources are, if you're a well-established company, you may find these horrendous or you may find them incredibly useful. But nonetheless, these are over 2 years old, so they will be somewhat outdated. Either way, you need to create a web database infrastructure which will hook into your current web data, current brick-and-mortar databases. You want to find a way of keeping them current on the fly, and then leverage the web to bring in new information in a much quicker fashion. What does this do? It enables you to, get quick information to the executive level very quickly. For example, in the 80s, it was only a few select group of executives, CIOs, CFOs, CEOs of companies, were able to see a key, customer data. For example, if you wanted to get, a query or report on the latest marketing campaign, you usually have to hire a team to go through your databases, and it will take them about a month or 2 months' time. Today, that has been brought down from a 2-month lag time to a couple of seconds, given the right tools. And that is what is easy to achieve if you're a smaller company, but much harder to achieve if you're a large one. However, the return on investment will be much larger if you are grouped within the latter. But in any event, I don't want to spend too much time on this document, given I've spent some time earlier in this presentation. I'd like to call your attention back to the presentation at hand. and just go through a bit of the process. Again, this is one of the ways it can be done. My attempt to delineate the process is to give you an idea of various components that you need to close off before you launch a web presence. Again, starting from the beginning to end, you must develop and validate a business plan. You must explore the technical limitations and possibilities. You must interview potential users to understand their expectations and priorities. You must begin developing design parameters. You must concept and planning. You must discover what makes the website tick in terms of users' expectations for usability. You must go through a phase of audience description. Describe the demographics of your audience, such as age, interests, needs, skills, cultural interests, social, etc. You must look into the audience capabilities of your users, what platform they use, the browser they tend to use, connection speeds, degree of web experience, and so on. At that point, you should start going through the things we mentioned earlier on, create an information architecture document, delineate the navigation through interaction design, create a usability standard which will support the project, create a visual design that will enhance the vision and the goal of your web presence, and so on. At that point, you'll have to get the programs together and get them to work, creating, based on the skeleton you created during the interaction design process, a working prototype. The type of developers you'll need will probably range from, you'll definitely need people with HTML, HTML expertise, cascading style sheets, knowledge in JavaScript, Perl, CGI, or ASP if you're using a Microsoft technology platform, and so on. ASP has the added benefit that people who have that knowledge usually have a good working knowledge of Access and not too far off from the SQL Server, enabling your web team to create interactive web applications such as automatically generated database information regarding prospect lists and so on. This information can be taken to the next level if you're involved in e-commerce applications, where you're running through the same standardized forms through encrypted connections. At the same time, collecting credit card information and routing that to a provider who will process that for you. Final stages of the web application development area is the testing QA session. Upon reaching that phase of the process, you'll probably be looking at strenuous usability and platform testing to make sure that the service and the web presence you've created meets the user's expectations and usability requirements. At this point, I'd like to move on to the web marketing section of the site. Let me give you probably about 5 to 10 seconds to get to that section. Just move to the top of the window and click on a web marketing link on the toolbar.